What's up, everybody? I'm finally getting to this unboxing of this statue here, the Batman Who Laughs and the Robin Minions, which is a DC collectible statue. And I did not expect to come across this in store. I've been telling people for the longest time, show your local comic book shop some support, make sure you go check them out, and a lot of times you will find things that will really surprise you. So I did not expect to see this. I didn't even realize that this statue was out already, and they actually had two of them in stock. And I stood there for a couple minutes, debating it, but then I was like, you know what, I'm gonna pull the trigger. I don't want to have that regret like I've had in the past. There were other times where I passed up on statues even though I had enough money to go ahead and get them, and then they got sold, so yeah, with this one I decided I'm going for this because this is one of my most wanted. As a matter of fact, I just recently did a video about my most wanted statues, and this was definitely on the list. It was one of the last ones that I covered. And I'm just a fan of the evil Batman, of course, from Dark Knight's Metal. I've said this previously, the actual Dark Knight's Metal storyline, I did read it, didn't really do a lot for me, but I do like the origin stories for the evil Batman. And of course, there are some other statues out there, but like I said, this was the main one I wanted to go for. I definitely wanted to have the the Batman Who Laughs, which is a Batman Joker hybrid. Now, the number that I ended up with is number 321. Maybe not a big deal, but I just like to have as low of a number as possible. And I want to say that there are, actually it shows it here, there are 5,000 of these. So yeah, having 321 out of 5,000, that works for me. It's kind of funny, I was joking with the owner about this. He's like, it's not really a big deal, but some people like that feeling of having a low number. And he had 321 and 322, and then he asked me which one I want, and I was like, well, I'm definitely gonna go with 321. Why not go for the lower number? So yeah, I'm really happy to have this number, and they actually show it in a couple of places. You can see it inside, of course, inside the box when you first open it up. On the bottom of the box and on the stand, you'll see all of that here. I do want to let you all get a look at the base. I think the base looks really cool with the black and the red and the different symbols here representing the different evil Batman. Yeah, it's really awesome. It has sort of a satanic look to it, which I'm pretty sure is intentional because these are some pretty evil characters. You can also see where one of the Robins has been sort of scratching at the edge of the base, which is again a very nice detail there. So yeah, this is pretty awesome, and certainly a level of detail they didn't really have to do, but it just adds so much to this. One thing that threw me off when I actually came across this statue in store was the size of the box, how it's such a long box and kind of thin. But then of course, the reason it's that way is because you have to piece it together. So it comes in a couple of different pieces. Of course, the Batman Who Laughs is by himself, then each Robin is an individual piece, and then there are actually interchangeable hands for the Batman Who Laughs, which I didn't realize that was going to be an optional thing within this. So that is pretty cool, and we definitely will take a close look at both of those. I do have a preference when it comes to this for sure. Here is the Batman Who Laughs himself. I really like the look of this character. He's got those heavy boots on. I like how instead of a straight up cape, of course, he has this long overcoat on. That's really awesome. And he has the straps across him that, it kind of evokes like a straight jacket basically. I also like the paint job on this. I didn't really think about this with the paint job of this statue, but it definitely has sort of the comic book design going on there with the shading and all of that. And you see, of course, that he has a mace weapon, and then he also has a gun as well. I'm very much partial to the mace, and I think that's mainly because he does have this metallic eyepiece that goes around his eyes that has spikes on it, and the mace is spiky, so it just feels more uniform basically there. So that's why I definitely lean towards that. Maybe at some point, I'll decide to switch it up. I'll keep the other hand close by, the statue, and maybe I'll switch it up sometimes from there, just when I want a different look basically. But yeah, for the most part, I like him with the mace. I think that works really well. And here is the statue along with the Robins. Of course, I still have to put the chain piece on, to link to all the Robins, because he does basically control them like dogs. You might as well say that, and that's really what they are. They basically are attack dogs for him. But yeah, this looks amazing. Like I said, I didn't really think about this so much, but that comic book style paint job to these, it really does make it look like they're right off the page. I definitely appreciate that, and I'm going to give you a lot of close-ups here so you can see all the different shading going on and all the detail up close. Yeah, this is just an amazing looking statue, definitely one of the best in my collection. And I'll just say this real quick. You can find some affordable statues. I think even as low as like around $30 that have some nice detail to them. But yeah, sometimes you want to spend a little bit more to get some really high detail going on, some really high quality, and that's exactly what this statue is all about. It looks really awesome. So yeah, I'm going to give you a lot of close-ups, especially of, I think the teeth and everything with these characters are very vicious looking. And the Robins, of course, had the bloody mouths and all of that. Yeah, it looks amazing all the way around. Also, I mean, the rips on the capes of the Robins and all of that, there's a lot of really nice detail. So this is definitely one you do want to take a look at from different angles and see all those close-ups. And I'm very happy with it, really happy, that I went ahead and pulled the trigger on this. And this does motivate me to go ahead and grab some other statues that I really want, And again, if you haven't checked out that video, like I said, I did a video recently talking about my most wanted statues. You might want to check it out for yourself and learn about some statues that you're not aware of, because maybe you even want to add some into your own collection. And I definitely want to hear your thoughts about this one, what you think about it. Like I said, I'm very happy with it. I love the look of it. I think DC Collectibles just does great work, and this one turned out really well. Before I wrap this up, I do want to stress again, make sure you get out, check out your local comic book shops and see what they have available. You really never know what you will come across. And I know some people that are checking this out maybe only collect Funko Pops or mainly collect Funko Pops. But even when it comes to Pops, you never know what you will find in a local comic book shop. So make sure you check that out. It's really a shame that in some of my past videos where I've actually done videos focusing on my local comic book shops, I've had some people comment and say, oh, you must have only did this because they gave you something and you're a sellout, which makes no sense at all. I think it's really sad that some people have no problem with me promoting a multi-million-dollar company like Funko, but when I go to support a small business, oh, there must be some trickery behind the scenes. That's a really sad way of thinking. We need to support these small businesses, these guys that are passionate about collecting and about comics and all of these things, and they're really working hard to keep a business out there. We need to support them. So again, make sure that you support your local comic book shops. I think that is a very important thing to do. And yeah, I also want to hear from you all. What is your favorite evil Batman? I like all the characters. I really like the look of all of them. I still lean towards Red Death, even though I'm very happy with this Batman Who Laughs statue. But yeah, when it comes down to it, Red Death is still my favorite. But yeah, I want to hear from you. What is your favorite evil Batman? Are you planning on adding any of these statues into your collection? And if so, which one? I definitely would like to hear that from you all. And thank you so much for taking the time to check out this video. I really do appreciate that. And I'll talk to you all again real soon.